All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kadash, and double honor to my pastors and elders, Grand Millstone, and Shalom to brothers out there pushing this truth in the name of Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kadash, and Shalom to you, Akwaf, as well. All right, this is a brother Ishama from Brisbane, Australia, and I'm back here, real quick to make this video right here. And this is the video I was talking about yesterday on how in Bibles. All right. This video right here says persecution for USA Christians could come quicker than you think, right? Okay, so I'm gonna play this video right here, and I'll just hit the points just to show you this whole persecution for the Christians in USA. These people might be talking about, but they might think it's coming. It ain't for these Christians you see in these churches. No, it ain't. Okay, we know who's gonna suffer, man. Okay, we know who the true Christians are. All right. If you are an Hebrew Israelite, by your blood of your forefathers, you can't be a Christian. You can't. All right. But no, in the times we live in, everything's being twisted down. Everything's being, we're being living in lies, man. Okay. Okay. So like the true people of Yahawah, it's like the true people of the Mosai, the children of Israel. All right. I know who they are. I know who these devils say are, man. They say, the so-called Negroes came from Africa. The Africans, the Mexicans ain't it. The Native Americans ain't it. You see, the Haitians, came from Africa. All that shit, bro. But when you go deep into the history of it, we are the true children of Yahawashi. Okay, we are the real Hebrew Israelite. Okay. We are the true Christians, okay? Especially the brothers you see pushing the truth on how and Bibles. Those right there are the ones who are true Christians, and those are the ones who are going to be persecuted. The rest of these other Christians who might even die because they don't want to, that they, whatever they with their beliefs, standing up fighting against the government and all that. Hey, you're going to die for being stupid. You're going to die for something. You're going to die. What is it? You're gonna die a vain death, a vain death. Okay, it won't be a death. It won't be a righteous death. Okay, you won't be dying for this truth. All right. Okay, so let me see. Let me get a quick precept right here in the book of Saint John. Okay, this is the book of Saint John, chapter 4. And verse 21, and this when Yahawashi was speaking to this woman, the Samaritan woman, she was a heathen. So Yahawashi said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you shall neither in his mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Right, man. Okay. You worship, you don't know what. We know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews. All right. Okay. So we know that, man. We know salvation is for the Israelites only. All right. So when you go to read Matthew 1 and 21, the whole Romans 11 chapter, okay, what is the book of Acts chapter 5 verse, starting from verse 30 to 31, Revelation chapter 7, okay, all right, the whole Bible, man, it's only for the Hebrew Israelite. The Bible condemns these other nations, okay. So here, Yahawashi was telling this woman, man, you don't know what you worship, okay? And the time is going to come, that you're not going to be in this mountain where she was in Jerusalem, worshiping what? Worshiping the Father, man. She ain't going to be in the kingdom, all right? You worship, you know what you know. You know what you worship. You don't know what you're worshiping, man, okay? We know what we worship for salvation is for the Jews. We know salvation is for what? For the real Hebrew Israelites, man, especially, the elect, all right? And the verse 23 says here, For the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in the spirit and in truth. All right, you see? And the hour came back then, during the time of Yahawashi. You hear big number, a number of our people that believe in Yahawashi. And those people, they are back here right now, worshiping Yahawashi in spirit and in truth, okay? Worshiping Yahawashi right now, man. Okay, for the Father seeketh such to worship Him. You see, And those ones, yeah, the Father was seeking to worship him. Worship him was who? The elect. Okay, the ones that he has chosen. Okay, from the foundation, before the foundation of the world, man. All right. It says NAT. I'm gonna read this and CBS says here, but an hour is coming, and now is here when the true worship. Second, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. Yes, the Father wants such people to worship Him. Okay, so that lady, that woman right there, that whole, she was an Israelite. That's why Yahawashi told her these things. So this scripture right here will be used to, whatever they're going to be saying in this video about these people right here. Even though some of among those people, that are mentioned, or that might be mentioned, who trying to read the Bible or whatever. Some of them might be Israelites, but they just don't know that. Okay, so I'll play the video right now.
The new norm for American politics? How can Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and other government leaders bring about national unity? Well, our next guest says we're living in what he calls a Father Kolakovic moment. Here to explain and provide some insights is American's conservative senior editor, Rod Dreher. His latest book is Live Not by Lies, a manual for a Christian dissidents. Rod, please explain this Father Kolakovic moment. I know you mentioned it in your book. What is it? Why do you think it's happening here in America?
Right. Well, Father Tomislav Kolakovic was a Croatian priest in the 1940s doing anti-Nazi underground work in Zagreb. He got a tip that the Gestapo was coming for him, so he escaped the country and went and hid out in neighboring Slovakia, his mother's homeland. When he arrived there in 1943, he began to teach in the Catholic University. He told his students, the good news is the Germans are going to lose this war. The bad news is the communists are going to be ruling this country when the war is.
Right, it's okay. Well, that dude, he just, he was, whoever he was, this dude right here, he's talking about, man, he wasn't a prophet. He was nobody, man, all right? We know the true prophet that came, and the reason why we're awake right now was Abba Bivin. So that dude right there, he wasn't, all right? If anything, that dude, he's Edomite, okay, he was just trying to be another philosopher, okay, trying to be somebody, all right? He was nobody, man, okay? And that's why, and now he was teaching a Catholic or universal Catholic or some shit like that. And now when you go to the book of Revelation, okay, chapter 13 and verse, this is Revelation chapter 13 verse 1. I just want to get to the point, okay, that the whole Catholic movement, man, this is why, like this, I was saying, these Christians, you see in churches, this Catholic, you see in churches, okay, they can't be condemned by their own people. They're on the same page as these new as with the elites, okay. So it says here, Revelation 13:1. Even though we know that the devil should divide against himself and all that, but really, okay, that's a process that's supposed to happen. This devil been dividing against the kingdom of these the rulers of today, the Edomites, the so-called white people. Their kingdom is going to be divided. So if they do go against persecution comes in, these Edomites going against Christians, we know that's Isaiah 19:1. We know that's Matthew 12, okay, 20, Matthew 26, a kingdom divided against itself, how can it stand? We know that's what we're coming into, man, all right? Okay, these people ain't going to be persecuted for believing or worshiping Yahawashi, man. Okay, it won't be. We the ones who's going to be persecuted for the truth's sake, man, okay? So I'm just getting here real quick. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. It says, and I stood up on the sand of the sea, and the sand of the sea, this island right here, it was the Patmos, if that's if I'm pronouncing right. And I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of the blasphemy. Right. So this beast right here, when you go to I'm gonna just get my notes. I don't want to, right. So the descent of the sea, that there was that represents the the nations. Okay, this beast raised up in the center of the sea. Okay, and then here it says here that those 7 heads. I read those are what the the seven heads represents these empires that of Esau that rule, which was the seven heads. The first one was the Greek Empire, Roman Empire, the Spanish, the French, the German minor, German major, and the British. And out of the British came out of America, okay? And the 10 crowns is the EU nations, okay? And the name of the blasphemy is the Roman Catholic Church, okay? So, so just to show you, the point is the name of the blasphemy being the Roman Catholic Church. You see? So this Roman thing, movements, whatever, is still fucking part of the beast, okay? It's still part of the beast, man. This whole, that whole, that beast has one, being with the name, it's like the name of the blasphemy, which is Roman Catholic, being under them, okay? So I'll play the video one more time.
It's over. The first thing they're going to do is come after the church. We have got to be ready for it. So what Father Kolakovich did was prepare prayer groups of students who would come together to pray, to study scripture, but also to study the signs of the times and to figure out how to prepare for coming persecution. Father Kolakovich's prayer groups spread throughout the country very quickly. Every town of any size had one. Now, his bishops told him, Father, you're being alarmist, you're scaring people, it will never happen. But Father Kolakovich knew the communist mindset, and he knew what was going to happen when they took power. Sure enough, Gary, as soon as the Iron Curtain came down in that country, the communists came after the church with a stern, horrible persecution. The groups that Father Kolakovich set up were the backbone of the underground church for the next 40 years. I firmly believe...
Look at the photo they're showing you, man. Come on, man. That wasn't the truth that the man was teaching, okay? So that happened to him, I guess, whatever we're trying to teach back then. But really, this here is going to be happening to us. All right? Hebrew Israelite.
That we're in a similar moment here in America now.
Look at those fucking Edomite photos, bro. Catholic Church. Well, let me get another one here real quick while I got time. This is Revelation chapter 16. And let me see, what's Revelation chapter 16. Revelation chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like a frog, came out of the mouth of the dragon. Okay, evil spirits, right? That came out of what? The dragon represents the Roman Empire, and we know today, America is what the photocopy of American, it's like the Roman Empire back here today. All right, it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast, the NATO, all right, and out of the mouth of so you can the mouth of the beast, NATO, EU, with America being top of them. It says it, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, who's the false prophet? That's fucking the Catholic Church, okay. That's the Catholic Church. So it's all one. They're all under one order, man. One agenda, whatever you want to call it. All right. That's who they are under. So this right here, these Christians are gonna run around. They're gonna run around with it, and say, "You see, we're gonna be persecuted." No, man. You Christians don't gonna be persecuted. If anything, some of you Christians are gonna persecute us. All right.
Christians of all kinds, Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, have got to take advantage of this moment of liberty we have to get our networks in place to...
Yeah, so the name is just mentioned, those religions all made up. Okay, come on now.
Prepare for persecution.
Yes, a good friend of mine actually was in Prague, is from Prague, and was there in 1968 as a child when those tanks moved in. So, big tech, free speech. Is this just a momentary blip on the radar screen, Rod, or do you expect this will get worse?
Oh, no, this is definitely going to get worse. In my book, Live Not by Lies, I talk about this as the beginning of soft totalitarianism. Soft totalitarianism because it's not going to have gulags and secret police that...
Look, man, look. You can go on YouTube right now and type in these Catholic churches, okay, where they do live videos. They're popping all these big Christian churches like T.D. Jakes, so all them big, pastors, right? They're telling people to do what? To take the vaccine. They're going to tell people to do what? To take the mark of the beast, which is the Alpha chief. They're going to tell people to go ahead and do that. All right? They ain't coming out saying this. when when the Bible speaks about the devil is a man, and that man is here, and that's the nation of people living today. They ain't saying that. We the ones who bring out the whole truth over the Bible. All right. And we believe through the spirit of Yahawashi, we are those prophets who got persecuted for telling nothing but the truth of the Bible. The disciples know that I was telling the truth over the Bible, like Yahawashi was doing. We believe we are those men back here who's about to go through the same thing again, okay, for telling the truth, man. But this right here, this is the end of all, man. It's gonna happen, and and that's it. Okay, case closed. That's the end of this this whole it's like the new Roman Empire, man. Okay, that's the end of it. Babylon. That's the end of Babylon. That's the end of the rulership of Esau, man. Okay, this is the end of it.
Things that the Soviets had. Rather, this is something that's going to be done mostly by big tech, limiting access to the economy.
And then another thing they've been doing is what? Clipping brothers' pages, elders' apostles' page. Okay, you said something wrong in your video. Guess what? Boom. I mean, it's like you said something which is true, which is the truth, which is hurts them, exposes them. What do they do? They take down your page or take down your video and give you a warning. You don't happen to these Christians. This shit don't happen to them. Oh, I know none of it, but it don't happen to them as it been happening to us, man. All right.
And keeping it so that only those who conform with what the regime wants can participate in the economy. We're already seeing it happen now in China with the social credit system there, which only lets people who conform to what the government wants have full access to the economy and travel, good jobs, universities, etc. I think we're going to see an informal version of that happen right here in America, and the hammer is going to come down on conservatives and traditional Christians.
So what do you think will happen in the days ahead with the Joe Biden presidency? Now, you mentioned soft totalitarianism. Are we advancing down that road under Joe? What do you expect?
Yeah, we absolutely are. Joe Biden has already talked about how he's going to pass domestic terrorism legislation. We're going to see people designated as
the most terrorist executive order or registration, whatever it is, whatever the word he used. Hey, what is up? That's taking away our freedom, man. That's that's them coming under the real look. What they're really trying to do, man, is bring all these new things out, point fingers. The white supremacy, this and that. From all that movement that happened during Trump, when Trump was in office, all that shit that happened. That was the start of this whole thing, man. That shit was fucking set up. Okay, that was a setup for them to bring this in. Okay, so hey. This is what we're coming into, and we should rejoice over these things, man, because this is what we've been waiting for. We pray for these moments, okay? So they're gonna start what, what is categorizing us as what, as domestic terrorists, okay? Hate group, racist, and that's how they're gonna persecute us, man. Now let me get scriptures right here, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10. All right, and I'm gonna start from verse 18. It says here, "And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake." And this is what's gonna happen in a minute. Okay, we're gonna see this happening, man. This right here is gonna happen. Remember the book of Isaiah 55:11, man. Okay, this ain't gonna be avoided. So, so brothers gotta be be ready to go through these things, man, and we can see coming. Okay, the famine of the truth is coming, man. All right, and you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, and this is gonna happen worldwide. Whether the brothers are pushing this truth worldwide. It's gonna happen to you. It's gonna, they're gonna come against you because hey, you're on YouTube. They're gonna, it's not gonna be hard for Esau to find you. Okay, but hey, it's all gonna be, the times to come. It's all gonna be, hey, we're gonna be guided by Yahawashi, man. All right. It says here, for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, right, man. for a testament against them and the Gentiles. Okay, who's them? I believe that's let me see. Them, it could be it's talking about the non-believers of our people, man. Okay, and the Gentiles is gonna be, you're talking about these heathens. The top one being Esau, and the rest of these other nations, and whatever brother's gonna be at, countries they're gonna be at. Those Gentiles among you, man. But when they shall deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. For it is not you that speak, but the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Right, man. That's how it's gonna be. Yahawashi is gonna be the one speaking through us, man. Okay, whatever answers we're gonna give, whatever it's just gonna be, it's just gonna be it's going to just be giving answers. So in those moments, your flesh maybe is gonna fuck with your head or whatever, but your spirit is gonna be willing though. You know what I mean? You might think, oh, I must say this and it's not, but when you get there, it's gonna be, you're gonna end up saying different thing, give different answers, man. Okay, because remember, it's not gonna be you speaking. Okay, in verse 21, and the brother shall deliver you up to the and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall raise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So we're gonna see these things, man. You don't take a vaccine, or your family members know that you've been preaching on how and bowers, you've been because I've told your family, you told your family members about this truth, okay, on how on who Esau is and who the devil is, you told them about it. So in that moment, when when they see you being put on news or whatever, and they feel like, damn, this thing is bringing trouble to us, they're gonna be like, man, fuck this, man, fuck you, go ahead and deal on your, go deal on your own. We told you stop doing that. You're crazy. It is what it is, though. Remember, man. You did it for what? For the love of Yahawashi, man. All right. That's how it's gonna be, man. So, it says you It's like, what was that? Right here. So, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men. You see, all men, for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. And we know these Christians say they're already saved. So which means they really ignore all these scriptures about being persecuted. So they say, you already saved, you got nothing to endure. You see? But see, these things here, you got to endure those things for you to be saved. So how the fuck are you saved? Okay?
Terrorist, people who have no interest in terrorism at all, who do not support violence, but who simply question the way things are done.
Right? Isn't that what we're doing? All we do is get a Bible, go on how in Bibles and preach the Bible as we are commanded by Yahawashi. And that's what we do. Okay? You don't find ourselves fighting anyone. You don't find ourselves fucking telling people, come here to me, do this and this. You don't see ourselves with guns, even though you got these dumbass niggas who went on highway and byways with guns on them. Fucking stupid ass niggas went on highway and byways with guns and weapons on them, or on the shooting range. You see, but see, those people, man, you gotta be careful with those, man. Those are fucking sellouts. Those are agency, man, or agents. It's like the agents. Yeah, those are fucking agents. Those are the fucking spies that Apostle Tahar be saying, brothers and elders be saying about that among Israelites there's fucking spies, man. Even among GMS there's spies. All right, those are the ones you see who be carrying themselves stupid, doing crazy shit, so they can when that time come, we can be labeled with them. You see, they'll do this with it. You know what I mean? Those are nothing but fucking agents, man. They ain't going by the scriptures. They ain't carrying themselves in peaceful ways. All right? So they're going to be saying, see, they got weapons on them. This is what they say, this and that. But really, we back up everything with scriptures, man. Okay? In those days to come, we're gonna defend ourselves. And if we get be put to death, it is what it is. That's the will of Yahawashi, man. All right? It ain't our own will, man. Okay. Somehow I remember, like, I was listening to Elder Yashwamba and brother Yahawashi Zion the video this morning, and how they mentioned, hey, look, man, you know, in the times to come, you know, hey, you might get delivered up to, you know, to be judged, you know, by these heathens, by the governors and all that, and then boom, a miracle is gonna happen. Brothers gonna be delivered up, like the Most High is gonna be doing these miracles, man. That, you know, wonderful works of Yahawashi is gonna be of Yahawah Yahawashi is gonna be done. Or if you have to be persecuted for, you know, for the truth's sake, it's gonna happen because it is written too. Okay. And then, you know, you can't, and definitely you can't forget Psalms 59. Is it 59:19? Okay, you can't forget about that. Let me see if that's if I recorded the right scripture. Right here. So yeah, right here. Psalms chapter, it's like Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahawashi from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahawashi shall lift up his standing against him. See? So hey, you gotta, you know, in those moments, man, hey, you don't like, you can't be, oh, this is not, no, you gotta just go in, be ready to go through it. Can't go in doubting, you know, or, you know, you gotta go in to ready to suffer for the truth's sake, for the name of Yahawah's sake. That's how you gotta go in, like, okay. If you get delivered, hey, then that was how it was supposed to be. If you get persecuted for the truth's sake, hey, then it was supposed to be like that, man. Remember, hey, the scripture says, let me get it. This is the book of yeah, I'm gonna get it. It's in the same book I'm in already. So in the book of Matthew chapter 10, I'm gonna read it. I don't want to bring
this country, and they do so from the right. I believe that Christians, conservative Christians, are going to be targeted too, and there will be no discrimination.
It won't be these fucking people in this building, man. Look, this man. These people here, you see, these ain't the people that are gonna suffer. These people are gonna comply with the government. They're gonna take the mark of the beast. No, here. They're gonna take the vaccine. These people, they're gonna take the vaccine. They're gonna take the mark of the beast. These people don't know what the fuck is what's in our vaccine. These people are living fucking sinful life. It's not gonna be these fucking people, man. You see in these big fucking buildings, and I'ma keep saying it. It ain't gonna be these people you see in these churches. It ain't gonna be them. Look this shit, man. This woman head ain't even covered, man. Look this fucking nigga here. Look at this black woman here. Got fucking blonde hair on her. And these the people that are gonna be suffering now. These people they're gonna comply with the government. This the same people that believe what T.D. Jakes be saying. Take the vaccine. They're gonna use that Romans 13 on these people, and they're gonna be like, yeah, see. This is what the scriptures. This is what Paul was talking about during during the time of during the time of the Roman Empire. He was telling people to comply with the government, to just obey what they said, whatever they say, man. Okay, these people here don't fit Yahawashi, man. This shit, I'm getting roused up right now, man. Wow.
Between us peaceful conservative Christians and those who want violence. But here's an important point too, Gary. It's not simply going to come from the government, and may not mostly come from the government. It's going to come from big business and big tech, who will be using their freedom in our free market society to marginalize and oppress deplorables, which include political conservatives and religious conservatives.
Well, we've even seen some of that already with the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's not going to come from the government for sure, because we know the elite are the ones who wants this. They're going to pretend the government, they're going to pretend these big companies to do what the fuck they're going to do. I don't know if he knows who's behind this whole thing.
Like, if you are against wearing a mask, you become ostracized on by big tech. They'll even shut you down. So how does the pandemic play into all of this?
Well, what the pandemic has done, and I should say that I believe the pandemic is real, but what the pandemic has done is accustomed us to being controlled. It has kept.
He's right. He's right now. I give him hands on that. Yeah, this whole pandemic was created to be, even if it's real, fake, or whatever, it was created to start this whole controlling system, controlling people, or this new world order they want to push for, man.
Put us in a position and a mindset of fear and control, and where we can be open to being told what to do by the government. And I think that this has been a dry run, if you will, for greater control. And I think that insofar as Christians have not used this time, this pandemic time, to prepare ourselves for the long run, for what it would mean.
See, we've been preparing ourselves for the wrong one, because when we came into this truth, we knew these things was gonna happen. The apostles told us about these things, so we took heed to it, and we took these things serious. Some people didn't take these things serious. All right, they thought they were just walking into a kingdom like that without persecution, without nothing. But we prepare ourselves through it, and we've been trying the best of our ability to prepare ourselves by reading the scriptures, by letting the scriptures comfort us, and by building our faith, fasting, praying. So when these days comes, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be taken care of, man. Either through death, like the apostles always say, there's not if you die for believing this truth, that's not death, man. That's you receiving your life you've been waiting for. So you should die as me and the brother we've been doing lately on How in Bible was the last 2 weeks is we've been reading the second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, about those 7 brothers, man. Okay. So it's like a series we've been going into, trusting in them, Yahawashi, and then this week coming up, we're gonna finish Lord willing, through the Spirit, we finish off the second Maccabees 7th chapter, then go into Daniel and any other precept there is that shows how forefathers went through things by believing Yahawashi. So let me get this quick precept in the book of Acts. And I said this on yesterday. These Christians read the Bible, but they forget some of these precepts that are written here, man. Okay, so this is the book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. Okay, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. See, so much tribulation. That's how we're gonna enter to the kingdom of Yahawashi. It's not gonna be a free walk, man. All right. So this is in a different version. It says here in CBC, it's like a CBS says here, strengthening the disciples by encouraging them to continue in the faith. And this is what the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone have been doing to the young brothers that came in the truth a couple of years ago. These new brothers coming to the truth. They've been strengthening us, okay, encouraging us to continue in the faith by telling them it is necessary to go through many hardship to enter the kingdom of the Most High, man. You see? It ain't gonna be easy work, man. So we know if we gotta suffer for the truth's sake, it is what it is. Okay? Okay, let me see. So play this video.
To be faithful under a long period of oppression, then we have wasted our time. There's no more time to waste.
Well, more on that then, Rod, as we wrap this up. Then how should conservatives and Christians, Catholics, evangelicals in this country respond to all this? What do we need to do?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is root ourselves as firmly as possible in our faith and in community. I was talking last night to an ex-military intelligence man, a Christian, who said that no Christian should believe that anything we say online or electronically mediated is safe. It will be stored somewhere. It sounds paranoid, but it's not paranoid. This is in my book, Live Not by Lies. What we have to do most of all, though, is prepare to suffer. We in the American church know nothing about suffering. We've had it good for a long time. The people who grew up under communism, I talked to in my book.
Yo, see that? Yes, that's true. That's true. Those Christians in churches, those Christians in America worldwide, they don't know what suffering is. You see that? You don't know that. But see, the brothers in JMS, or even the other brothers in his truth, doing, you know, sincere brothers in his truth, we've been chastened by Yahawashi, man. We get chastened. We get prepared. Yahawashi will chasten us to prepare us for the things to come. Okay, Yahawashi made us hate the life we're living. Okay, this life we live, man. He makes us hate to a point where you're like, man, I'm ready to go. But you Christians, no. It's not like that. I know a few Christians, their life is great. They're living great life. There's no suffering. Everything is, it's like, yeah, Jesus blessed me with this, and now it's still blessing me. You know, I'm running a church now. I'm making this much money. You see, man. But they don't know what's coming. But we know what's coming. All right.
Not by lies. They know what it's like to suffer for the faith. We have to start learning.
So we know what it's like to suffer for the faith that we believe in. We done suffered already, man. We done. Hey, myself, I went through my little thing, you know, my little run of suffering. But like the apostles, you know, the elders, the brothers have been in His truth for, you know, for quite a couple of years, man. 30 years, 25, you know, 30 years plus, 35 years plus, 30 years plus, 20 years, 25, you know. 10, 15, you know, 5, 8. Those brothers will tell you experience they went through of suffering for believing this truth. I'll tell you my part, okay, for suffering. You do something, the Most High will correct you, okay, and from there, what do? You get up, you seek Him even 10 times more, man. These Christians don't do that. Oh man, you know,
from their experience, and be prepared to be steadfast and to suffer without hating our enemy.
So we're gonna suffer the hardest. Like I said, some of them, you know, the hardcore Christians might go through it, but know the way we're gonna go through it. They're gonna be labeled as terrorists. They're gonna be labeled as racist or whatever. No, I mean, we're gonna be labeled all type of different names, man.
Yes, I've met with many suffering Christians around the world, persecuted for the faith. And you know what? We can learn a lot from them. I agree, Rod. Thank you so much for that.
All right, so there you go. That's the video they're making. But so let me go through it here and finish it off. You know, Lord willing, you know, do part 2 or part 3, you know. But says here, in verse 23 says, back in Matthew chapter 10, verse 23 says here, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of a Man become. Okay, verse 24. So you know, when this thing starts happening, yeah, brothers are gonna get it on move here and there, you know, until it is our time. Okay, until it is our time where, you know, okay, Yahawashi, this is it for you. You gotta go through it, face it. You gotta be tried. You got, you know what I mean. So this here happened, you know, it's like this happened during that time, you know, during the time of after Yahawah's death. Okay, this happened to the disciples. Okay, even happened to Yahawashi himself. All right, but and today now, you know, the cities of Israel will be where our people do will at, you know, where our people are right now, man. Okay, whatever, you know, cities at wherever states there's Israelites in there, that's the city, you know, there's Israelites in there, all right? And verse 24 says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servants above his Lord, right? So we're not above Yahawashi, okay? We've seen what happened to him, okay? So we you know, we have to face the same thing, okay? Even the scripture says that, man, to follow his our footsteps, okay? And then here, verse 25, it is not for the disciple that he be as his master, the servant as his Lord. If they call the master of the house of Beelzebub, how much more they should call them of his household. Right, man. How much of them they should call us, man? They call, you know, I don't have the internet on this other phone I got, but I think the house, the master of the house of the Beelzebub, I think that's the. Let me see if one of these translations says different. The Beelzebub, so that word of the house of the devil, something like that. You know, the master of the house of the devil. But you know, so you know, how much more are they gonna call us? I mean, you already seen the names being called, you know, hate group, the part of a cult, the part of a hate group, the racist, the you know, the extremist, black extremist group, terrorists, you know. That's what they're gonna be labeling us, man. That's what they labeled Yahawashi back then. So imagine what they're gonna label us, man. Same thing, okay. But you know, 40 minutes. I'm gonna stop right here. I'll probably do part 2 to it, Lord willing. You know, tomorrow. But I'm gonna stop right here. 40 minutes is enough. You know. So this is gonna be the part 1. I'm probably say part 1, and then part 2. You know, I'll do it tomorrow because there's more scriptures you can go into this persecution coming towards us, man. You know, and I believe there was the brother JMS Saskatchewan. He did a lesson on how when Bible was was yesterday or today American Canadian time. You know, he did a lesson on this too. So hey, you know, Lord willing, I do part 2 to it. Again, hey, Tawada to Yahawah, Bashim Yashah, Bashim Kwakadash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson right here. And again, a double honor to my apostles and our elders, great millstone, and shalom to brothers out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Bashim Yashah, Shalom.